I've talked a lot on my channel in the past about audio quality, specifically in video games, and how to get the best audio for your setup and how to really enjoy some amazing sound effects and soundtracks that are coming out in today's games. As such, I did make a special audio guides playlist that's in my channel. This video is a part of it. I'll post a link to that in the description below if you want to go back and look at some of my older audio guides. Thankfully, audio doesn't change a whole lot year to year to year. The interface between your console and your television might change. Obviously, when PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X came out, they did remove some ports that you used in the past, but there are ways around this, and I try to update my content when possible with the newest ways to connect and showing off my setup so that you too can enjoy really good audio in your favorite video games. But today isn't so much about an audio setup, it's more about the cans. And we'll be talking about a pair of headphones that are new to me. They have been out for, I think, about a year and a half now. These are the Sennheiser HD 660 S2s. Now, you might be thinking, geez, Jim, I'm such a huge fan of your channel. I watch all your content. I know you already talked about the HD 660s, and that's exactly correct. I still do have a pair of those. They're actually sitting downstairs right now. And I do use them every day. They're my daily drivers for my PC gaming. I thought I'd mix it up a little bit and pick up the S2 variant for upstairs, which is where we're sitting now, because I was told through reviews that these had a little more bass to them. And I love the form factor of the original version. And I thought, well, I think I could use a little more bass. I like Sennheiser. They have a traditionally warm sound. And I thought maybe a little more of that couldn't hurt anything. And I was really glad I invested in these. And like I said, I've had them been out for about a month. So I'm actually going to give you there's no unboxing. I have no box. We're going to talk about my experience with these. But before we begin, I want to say that I still do use my Shithell 2. That is my driver for all of my sound. It is plugged into my television, so my Nintendo Switch, my Xbox Series X, and my PlayStation 5, soon to be PlayStation 5 Pro, can utilize this setup if I want to. If I turn this thing on, I got headphones. If I flip it off, I go back to my sound bar. So I have options. There's a setup guide in my channel for that setup if you're interested. It's a great way to not have to keep plugging and unplugging things depending on if you want to have a more personal, intimate experience with a pair of headphones, or if you have people over, or you just don't feel like wearing headphones for the day. You just want to listen through like your sound bar or your television speaker. So there's a video guide on that. But we're talking about these guys right here. And if you are familiar with the HD 660s, then you're going to love these. If you don't know anything about the HD 660s, well, you're in for a treat, but it's also going to cost you a little bit of pain, because when these things come out of the box, the clamp pressure is stupid tight. I have them loosened up now, 12 clicks on each side. I found that works best for me. But for the first probably 2 weeks, I had them sitting like this around some pillows. So I shoved throw pillows in, slowly spreading it out more and more to fit my head. Because when you first get them, they are so tight. They will put a lot of pressure on your jaw. They will put a lot of pressure over your ear, and it will be painful. It is not something that you can just power through. Now, as I've been wearing them a while and stretching them out and continuing to just leave them, basically I plugged in YouTube and I just let it play music videos, and I just sat them on a pair of pillows for about a week. And when I put them on, there's still a little, even with 12 clicks, there's still a significant amount of clamp pressure. These are by no means loose headphones at all. Even my Sennheiser HD 660s, the OG variant, they are still tight-ish, but the thing is, they're not a loose pair of headphones. So if you're looking for something that almost slides off when you wiggle your head, go back to like the Sennheiser 3 series. Those definitely had a lot less tightening on the top, and they're a lot looser if that's something you're into, or even my old HD 598s with a really cool wood inlay. Those were really loose, maybe too loose, like loose to the point that like you lean forward and they'd fall down. You had to like basically prop them on your head, lean your head back against the couch, don't move. Here, I don't have that problem. And even as a guy who wears glasses, I have no issue at all with my glasses being tucked inside the cup. As you can see, my glasses don't protrude out of the back. They're actually sitting in there. The headphone sits over my glass frame. I don't have any issue with that at all. But there are some people who have said that because of the initial clamp pressure of Sennheiser headphones, that they're just too uncomfortable, particularly for people who wear glasses. And I'm here to say that's not true. I just think you're going to have to kind of stretch them out a little bit. So once you get them fitted the way you like and they are loose, they don't hurt at all in my head now, that's when you could kind of adjust the headband to feel what size and what works good for you. Obviously, the tighter you make this, they'll kind of flare up more. If you make it too loose, they'll flare out more. And the idea is you want to have equal pressure on the top and the bottom of your ear. If you leave them too loose, you will definitely start to feel jaw pressure down at the bottom of your jaw. And if the band is up too high, you're going to feel it really, really hard, almost by your temples. It's going to really be a lot of pain there. Now, when they're in a good spot, your ears should not be touching the walls at all. They're close. They are close. So on the inside here, it looks like there's a lot of room because the cups are nice and they're fluffy, right? However, they do compress. That is just how these things work. You do not want to have your ear pressing against the inside of the sponge. If you have them that way, you need to adjust them, loosen them, or tighten them so that your ear is not pressing up against it. 2 reasons. 1, it's uncomfortable, and 2, will actually distort the sound slightly. If you don't believe me, put them on and just push your hand against it and you'll feel the sound does sound muddy bassy, too muddy. It's not a crisp bass sound at all, and it will mess with, if you are into equalizer settings, it will mess with those. So make sure you have a nice adjustment. Now, they do have an ever so slightly amount of rocking that can happen once they are fitted on your ears. It's not much. I have seen other headphone brands where you can actually take the cup and move it like this. Sennheiser doesn't do that. They want you to instead adjust it with the headband. So take some time if you are going to get a pair of these and fit them properly before you even really start enjoying them. Just let them breathe a little bit. Let this spread out. Let the tweeters and the woofers kind of like warm up a little bit. Play something in the background for a couple days. Don't even try them on really until you've done that. And then once you've broken them in, that's when you can enjoy them. Other big differences between the 660 S2s and the original, the cord is significantly shorter. Now, this isn't a problem for console use. I have actually doubled up here, now quadrupled. It's not a very big cord. I don't necessarily need a massive cord, but keep that in mind. If you're somebody who has a different sound setup where your DAC or whatever is like on the other side of the room, or you're using some sort of amp that's not nearby you, you're probably going to need to invest in something different. And Sennheiser continues their 2-prong system. I'll go ahead and pop one off here so you can see. They continue the 2-prong system. It's pretty standard design. They do have an L and an R on the cups, and they also have an L and an R on the actual prongs, so you can make sure when you do plug them in, you don't wire them in correctly. Thankfully, the cord will only plug in one way, so it doesn't invert. So it's pretty easy there. But once you get them set up, the cord should just have a nice drape to it. Breathe, you don't want it bound up under your chin. It should just have some slack to it. So if you have a lavalier mic or any other connection, I guess it would be a lavalier mic, right? You wouldn't use a monitor on these. You would just basically, you could clip that here and then run the cable parallel with the other one and out to your sound system, and you are set. How do they sound? Incredible. Sennheiser is not going to sell you $600 headphones. I did get these on sale for $4 or something through Amazon, like a Black Friday type thing. They're not going to sell you $600 headphones if they don't deserve it. This is definitely, to me, the best 6XX that are available. I know there are other 6XX headphones that exist within that umbrella. I love these more than my S1s. If I had additional money or time, if I wasn't buying the 8 series, I would probably buy another pair of the S2s. That's how much I recommend them. But again, you just have to accept that there is a breaking in period with Sennheiser headphones. Once you get them up and running, they sound phenomenal. I traditionally only listen to game sounds on my PlayStation. I don't necessarily plug this into my phone to listen to music. Although at times, just to try them out, I did plug my iPhone through here and I was listening to the Final Fantasy soundtrack, the Visions of Mana soundtrack, and it picks up some discrete audio that you probably are not going to hear on your car sound system or on your sound bar. That's just the advantage of headphones, and why I like gaming with headphones so much is they're so incredibly immersive, and they do pick up a lot more detail than you heard before. Now, a lot of people have said, and this is subjective at this point, that the S2s are tuned significantly higher to absorb more of that bass, and they are a bassier headphone. That is by Sennheiser's own admission. How much of that bass and how much of that equalizer band actually changes, that is definitely subjective. There are no right answers when it comes to audio fidelity. You have to buy and listen to what sounds best to you. And you have to understand that while some headphones objectively will have a better signal response, like 300 ohm impedance headphones, for example, will sound better than 30 or 40 ohm impedance, it's not to say that you can't enjoy a song on your Apple iPod, your AirPod headphones, right? There is a market for that. This is for people who are on the high end of wanting to spend a little bit more, who have a higher system to push this. This won't plug into your iPhone as is. The impedance is too high. But the trade-off with the high impedance headphones is you do get that higher range, which Sennheiser admits that's what these headphones really are meant for, with just a little bit more tuning on bass. In first-person shooters, in action-adventure games, in strategy games, I can't tell you the amount of times I was blown away by what I heard. Playing this with Helldivers, dropping a 500-kilogram bomb and running away and hearing and feeling the whoosh of the air kind of suck up before it blows out is incredible on these things, and it really is very immersive. One thing to keep in mind with these headphones, though, Sennheiser typically makes open back headphones. These are open back headphones. So if you're in an environment where you don't want to disturb people around you, these might not be the headphones for you. You will hear sound bleed out on either side. However, the trade-off is, for people like me, your ears don't get so hot. And I like that, and I don't like, personally, I'm not a big fan of closed back headphones at all. I did invest in some of the original PlayStation 5 headphones, like the original licensed branded PlayStation 5 wireless headphones. You'll notice there is no boom mic or no microphone on here. You will have to supply your own external microphone if that is something you're interested in. But in terms of audio quality, to me, these can't be beat. Maybe if you have the Sennheiser 8 series. I've tried a lot of different headphones, and I always go back to Sennheiser for a reason. If you are a gamer and you like really rich, clear sound, do two things. Number one, invest in a shit Hell 2, or whatever. I think they have a new one now. I don't remember what the new name's called. Invest in a really high-end sound receiver, number one. And number two, buy yourself a very nice set of high impedance headphones. These are hard to try on. I don't even know if there's an actual Sennheiser store in America where you can physically try them on. Hopefully a friend of yours has them if you're thinking about getting into high-end audio. If not, you're always more than welcome to come out and hang out with me here and check them out. But it is kind of a risky buy for some people, and I understand that because these aren't cheap. These are expensive. These are high-end headphones that are made to last a very long time. Very heavy build quality, all big, big pieces of plastic or big pieces of metal where it matters. Big thick cord, big ear pads that can be replaced if you need them to be. These are meant to last. I have had 3 pair of Sennheiser headphones in the last 16 years, and I play games probably 25 to 30 hours a week, probably more. So significant wear on my headphones. Now I wash my hands before I put them on. I'm always taking a shower, so my hair isn't greasy. I clean my ears. This stuff matters, guys. I don't play games and eat, so I don't have greasy fingers, pizza on my hand or doing that. No, I take care of these things, but they're built to last if you want them to. And if you take good care of them, I promise they will take good care of you. Go buy something like this. Go play your favorite game again and fall in love with it and realize all the stuff you were missing before. Go listen to your favorite song, and I guarantee you're gonna hear something that you didn't hear before. And every time I bring people over who are interested in potentially getting into headphones, I load up PlayStation or I'll download a song on iTunes, and I'll give them these and I'll say, put these on and listen to your favorite song, and I'll come back in 5 minutes. And every single person that I have done this with, they are all like, I need a pair of those. So that's the best endorsement I can give them. I don't make any commissions or links off these. I'm just a fan who has really fallen in love with Sennheiser. So if you're a fan of, good stuff and you want to get, I would say these are probably the highest mid-tier headphones you can get. Before you get to the 8 series and you're spending a couple grand, I think the HD 660 S2s, or even the original S's, even the HD 598s, which is a slight tier down, they will all serve you very well because they have served me very well. Thank you guys so much for watching. Take care of yourselves, and until next time, I will see you guys on the other side. Bye-bye.